Hey everyone, welcome back to Rising Stronger. Couple logistical things I just wanted to mention before I started this podcast. It is now almost mid-June, which means my kids are done with school for the year. Um, they will be home a lot, and I'm working a lot and trying to enjoy summer. So I may slow down a little bit with my podcasting. I know I kind of have been already, not intentionally, just life is busy. But so I may not put them out like once a week. It might be once every couple weeks. But please, if you haven't already, you could sign up to follow my podcast on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, wherever you may listen. And then it will alert you when a new episode is posted. Also, if I haven't shared already, you could find these video recordings over on YouTube. If you look me up, um, I believe it's Lisa Show and LPC or something like that. And I have the different video recordings. So I believe you can also subscribe and then you'll be alerted to when something new is posted there as well. Um, but anyway, I'm also going to make this one a little bit shorter because I have lots to do. But I did want to just come on because I was thinking of something recently that I thought was worth sharing for anybody going through a tough time or one of those ground zero moments. I have one of my good friends has really taken off with plants, like growing plants, and we were talking about why she loved it so much, and part of it was like watching them grow from little seeds into these beautiful plants because of the nurturing and the the conditions, the nurturing that help it to grow. And I also got to thinking about, when we're in hard moments, particularly ones that seem to drag on and feel like they're never going to end. Or you might feel like I've been working at this for a long time. I should be seeing results or changes. And, I was thinking of that saying, the day you plant the seed is not the day you get the fruit or the day that you get the flowers. And sometimes those seasons take a while. Like I love flowering plants, so I've been trying to grow hydrangeas outside, and they're a pain in the butt. I didn't realize I'm not a big or I haven't been a big plant person. And so I just planted them and was winging it and hoping that they would grow, and they would grow, but never flower. And now it's like year 3, and I'm like, where are my flowers? I planted these because I want the beautiful flowers, right? And so finally, I started doing some research, and turns out there's a lot to them. Like you have to fertilize them, they need to be in certain conditions, you need to protect them from cold winters, you need to cut off the dead ends sometimes, but only on certain ones. Like there's a lot of factors and conditions that bear the outcomes that you want. And even then, it takes time and effort. And I was feeling frustrated myself because, you know, a loved one was going through like a hard time, and I was just discouraged and, just like these are things I've worked on for years and years, and I thought this effort and this hard work would bring forth the fruit, the beautiful flowers. And it came to my mind that saying, like, first off, if you believe in God or universe, whatever it is, it's like my timeline and God's might be completely different. Just because I feel like I should be having the fruit by now, um, doesn't mean that that's God's timing, right? And I have to kind of like practice that surrendering over the outcomes, surrendering over my, it's like that serenity prayer, accepting the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know that difference. And but I had to remind myself, like, I have been working on those conditions. I have been fertilizing that soil. I have been busting my butt to create different outcomes in my life. And if I really look at it, when I'm not in that like frustrated place, I actually do see a lot of growth, a lot of change, a lot of positive outcomes, while also seeing that in some areas the fruit's not fully there yet. And that's okay, you know. And so I just wanted to kind of share that because, especially now we live in a world where everything's at our fingertips. Everything is instant gratification, and we want what we want when we want it, darn it. And that's not how things work in most cases. Especially the things that matter the most, like investing in your physical health, investing in your mental health, investing in your family. Like you think. I was talking to a mom who was just talking about, she's a mostly stay-at-home mom, and, just how sometimes it could feel tedious and you just feel like you're just maintaining and cleaning up after messes, and but sometimes in those cases you don't see what all of that preparation is doing until you look back one day and your kids are in their 30s or 40s and you're like, oh, now I see where all of that, I see the fruits of my labor. Um, so just a little reminder that, you know, if you're working to create changes or shifts and you're having a hard moment or a hard day like I was, first off, that's human, right? We're allowed to feel discouragement sometimes, but then, you know, let that feeling be there and attend to it. But then after a little bit of time of being in that, practice that reminding and reframing and just, you know, things, the good and the bad about life is that things are always changing. Nothing stays the same. Sometimes it's sad because some things we want to capture forever. And then other times we're like, good riddance. Thank God this won't last forever. But those hard moments seem to feel like they will. So, just wanted to put out a little word of encouragement for anyone who's currently planting or seeding, and just keep adjusting as you need to create those outcomes while also having the patience to let it grow. All right. So anyway, thanks for watching or listening. And if anyone would benefit from this, sharing this always helps to spread the word. So thanks so much, and I'll be in touch when I can. All right. Have a good day.